Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the Friday edition of Today in Sports Betting. Taking a look at the major leagues. Scott and I, you know the drill. Scott Reichel, my partner, pick out a couple of games that we like, and then we'll just kind of freelance from there. Maybe throw out another pick or two, depending on how we're feeling. Scott, big game there in the East. Nobody's dead yet. Nobody's dead yet in the East National League. Or the American League, really, except for the Orioles. But it's the Washington Nationals and the Philadelphia Phillies, Scott. Both of these teams under 500, but both are still close to the lead because it's the NL East. The Scherzer goes up against Wheeler, and the Philadelphia Phillies opened as a small favorite, minus 105. It's now pretty much minus 112, minus 117. So it's pretty darn close to a pick 'em, Scott. Max Scherzer, the underdog? Really? What am I missing?
Well, you look at Scherzer's last couple of starts, and shocker, he's 4-4 with a 2.34 ERA, which means they're not scoring for him because he gets no run support. You look at the last couple of outings, beat the Cubs, 1-4-3, went 5 innings there. Lost to the Reds, 7 innings, 2 runs, lost 2-1, and then played the Brewers, and Woodruff absolutely shut the door. They lost 3-0, 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, 2 runs. So he's pitched well, just he gets no run support. And you look at Zach Wheeler, this Phillies team, spoiler alert, they're not very good, but the Nationals aren't either. And you're looking at Wheeler, 4-2, 2.52 ERA. So I think you can argue that even though Scherzer is better based on history, this season, I'd say kind of similar, but based on recent form and recent results, the Phillies actually can score for Wheeler every now and then. Yeah. So I'll go with the Phillies at home. I know that it automatically looks appealing to take Scherzer as a dog. I think it's also pretty telling that Scherzer is a dog. But if you look at the Phillies at home this season, they have been very good. Phillies are 3 games under 500 at overall, but they're 5 over at home. So they're a terrible road team, but they're good at home. And the Nationals are 7 under, and they are 5 under on the highway. I'll take the Phillies. You?
Yeah, it's kind of good news, bad news for the Phillies bullpen. The bad news is they really suck. Good news is probably not going to see much of him with Zach Wheeler pitching. He's nothing else if not long, Scott. He will give you some innings.
Usually 7+.
Yeah, usually 7+. He is a rarity in today's major leagues. In fact, his 5-6 of his last starts, he's gone 7 or more. The only start he didn't go 7, he went 6, and it was still a quality start as he gave up 2 earned runs to the Cubbies and John Lester. So they have won 4 of his last 5 starts. Oh, Scott.
You don't think it's pretty telling that out of all pitchers, Scherzer is the dog here? That seems a little bit like the okey doke on Washington.
Get a little okey doke on Max Scherzer, Scott. Well, he did give up just 2 earned last time, but he did give up 5 runs. So you never know how that, without going back and looking, you never know how that works. If they get an error, get a couple of guys on base with 2 outs, and then he gives up the 3-run homers. So yeah, they're unearned, but they kind of shouldn't be.
I also think that one factor you have to include is the fact that Scherzer hasn't actually gotten much length in his last couple of starts.
Absolutely true.
So if you're looking at a situation where both pitchers, based on season performance, are relatively equal, based on ERA and WHIP, one guy is almost guaranteed to go 7. The other guys seem to be going more around, I'd say, 5 2/3, 6 and change.
Yeah, and it's usually the opposite of who's going long. It's
usually, but not this year for Scherzer. So I'm looking at Philly, and that's where I'm going on this game. You?
Yeah, I can't get behind this Washington offense, man. They're just so dreadful. I know Scherzer's won 3 of his last 4, but I am worried that he's not going long, and I worry about the Nats bullpen. Worry about both these bullpens, but I think you're going to see less of one of them, and I think that's going to make the difference.
By the way, looking at Wheeler, we already talked about his ERA at 2.52. At home, he is 3-0 with a 1.88 ERA, so he's even better at home.
Been outstanding. I
hate to see a game that's like 1-1 in the 7th, but I'll go with the home team that actually performs well at home.
Hate to fade my brother from Mizzou, but I'm going to have to do it. I'll take Philly. I'll hold my nose and play the Phillies right here.
Yep, that's how I feel.
All right. Well, what else you got?
Well, looking at the rest of the card, you do have a matchup between two pitchers who are pretty underrated, former Dodgers actually, between the Astros and the Blue Jays, taking place in Florida somewhere. You have Greinke against Ryu. Greinke as a dog does look pretty tempting, but if you look at his numbers this season, he has been pretty good. I know that he ended up losing that start against against Kershaw a couple weeks ago, where he just didn't really pitch that well. But
yeah, he gave up 4 earned in 6 innings in that start. Walked 3, gave up a dinger. That's not a ton of hits, but Greinke walking 3 that makes news right there.
He's got an ERA of 3.67, which is fine for most pitchers. For Greinke, a bit high. I'd say Greinke's ERA is usually in, 3.2 range.
Yeah, low 3s. Yeah, that's exactly right. Here's the deal, though. We're getting plus money on this. This is Toronto minus 120, 125 there. You're going to have to seriously talk me out of taking Greinke at plus money, because he has been extremely good on the road with a microscopic 1.64 ERA, 0.72 whip. He is 3-0 on the highway. And Ryu, not to be outdone, says, hold my Sapporo. He is 0.88 ERA at home with a 0.88 whip, and he is also 2-0 on the road, averages 6.7 innings per start at home. So, Scott, tell me why I shouldn't bet the under here.
I'm looking at first 5 under. I would talk you out of the full game because Toronto's bullpen's an absolute joke.
Yeah, they are, what do you call, not good.
But
not good at all.
You're looking at the sides here, and you can make an argument for Greinke plus money or Ryu. I would actually lean Ryu, just because I think he's been better this season. And Toronto kind of plays in a Little League park over there in Florida. They have a lot of boppers. They can hit the ball really well. And Guerrero's a borderline MVP candidate. I think he'll maybe do something in this game. But I do like the first 5 under. This total is 8.5. I know that it's only 8.5 because Toronto, once again, plays in a Little League park. But I got to go first 5 under because both these pitchers are really good.
Give me 4.5. Give me 4.5 here. I would like to see that.
I'm assuming it'll be 4, but 4.5 maybe with some, I'd say, heavy juice to the under is definitely a possibility.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's exactly what I'm hoping for here. So you're going to ask me to fade Greinke and Scherzer the same day.
I'm not asking you to do anything. That's your call.
But that's what you're doing.
Yeah, but you don't have to copy me.
Okay, buddy.
You have any other games you want to talk about?
I'll take Greinke. I'll take Greinke. I'm not fading him. I'll take the under. I'll take the first 5 under, and I'll take Greinke plus money.
All right.
Oh, what else we got here, Scott? It's Yankees, Red Sox. Everybody talking about that. We don't have a line on it yet. So,
am I obligated to take Cleveland tomorrow?
Cleveland.
They're laying about 115. I know that Baltimore's won 2 in a row. They've lost 14 of 16. They have one of the worst home records in the league, if not the worst home record in the league. Cleveland's over 500. They might not be able to hit, but they win games. And you look at the pitcher that they have for tomorrow. It's supposed to be Mejia, who has had 3 outings, yet to go more than 2 innings. So he's an opener. Meanwhile, you got Aiken on the mound for Baltimore. He has not been good.
Clay Aiken?
Not quite. I wish it was Clay Aiken because this guy's got a he's got a 7.11 ERA at home. Not very good.
So it could be Clay Aiken.
It hypothetically could. No, it's not. But he has not been good at home. He has not been good at all. And I'm just simply looking.
Hasn't been good in a box. Hasn't been good with the Fox.
He might have been good in a video game one time. Who knows? But Cleveland at minus 115 against easily a bottom 5 team in the league. Doesn't that sound just a little bit, I'd say, tempting? And I can't really resist, can I?
No, I don't. I think that's a solid play. This is just it's Baltimore, dude. It's still they're still a terrible team.
Yeah, they've won 2 in a row, but it was against Minnesota, and we already know Minnesota. I don't know if they're actively trying to ruin Baldelli's job or why he still has a job, but they're not turning it around.
No, Royals took care of business tonight. It wasn't the way I drew it up, but they were.
Donaldson killed you, but so did Salvador Perez to the Twins. They canceled each other out.
Salvador Perez owns the Twins. He really owns the Twins in Minneapolis, but he does well against the Twins, and he really lights up J.A. Happ. So
That's why I used him in my daily fantasy lineup. But I kind of just meant that he had 2 home runs and Donaldson had 2 home runs, but the Royals got the last laugh. But I'm not going to overreact to 2 wins against the Twins. We know this team's bad. This team is terrible at home. And Clay Aiken or not a good pitcher. And I do think you'll see some value on Cleveland in the spot.
all right, good enough. However, Donaldson did ground it into the game-ending double play.
Okay, I'm just saying 2 home runs, though, did definitely pop up on my DFS feed. But you have any other games you like?
Yeah, no, I don't think.
Are you obligated to play like Chicago with something involving the fact that they're playing against Detroit? I know Turnbull had the no-hitter. Since the no-hitter, he's been mixed bag. Struggled in the start after, but then he did well against the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
So Keuchel's been okay.
He's got a 1.74 ERA in his last 3 starts. So
Yeah, but I'm saying like the last ever since the no-hitter, he's been kind of inconsistent. But Keuchel,
it's again you've got a team with the better pitcher that can't score runs.
correct.
Or at least an equal pitcher to Keuchel. Keuchel, probably has obviously the better career at this point. But
Well, that's the thing is that Keuchel pitches to contact, which is why his strikeout numbers aren't good. But Detroit barely generates contact, so I'm assuming he'll pitch well. We know the White Sox are very good at home. It's either White Sox or pass, just solely based on the talent disparity. Is that fair?
yeah, there's just not quite enough meat on the bone for me to be interested in taking Detroit there. Yeah, you put that somewhere in the neighborhood of plus 170 or so, I might get involved. I don't want to. I'm not going to back the White Sox at that price though.
That's fair.
Turnbull 7 in very nice season, very solid season. So, yeah.
I know you're looking at Petite against Keller.
You almost said it right, and then you had to stop yourself.
I like to say Petite.
It's Poteet, not Petite. Poteet.
Yeah.
Scott, we're going to have a run-scoring fest out there in Colorado with Frankie Montas and John Gray.
I might have a play that on this. I might not. I know I've been doing basketball for a while, but the Clippers are too much of a pain in the ass. I might not bother. I like the Rockies in this spot. You're looking at the price, and Montes is laying about 135 or like 130 in most spots. Colorado, don't look now, surging. They've won, 4 in a row?
Break up the Rockies, man.
They're on a roll. Now, we know the Rockies are terrible as an overall team. However, Coors Field effect has definitely been showcasing itself this season. Rockies are 11 under, and yet they are 7 over at home. We've mentioned how bad the road record is, but we're going to reiterate it's an all-time bad road record. So at home they're good.
5 road games so far, 4 or 5.
Yeah, give or take. It's not pretty, but they've won 4 in a row. Meanwhile, you're looking at Oakland. This team, of course, has been very good. 33-25, first place in the division, 16-8 on the highway. But Montes has a 4.45 ERA. He's given up 11 home runs in about 58 2/3 innings. So he's a little bit of a victim to the long ball. And I heard that traveling to Coors Field is usually not a good recipe to fix that.
Blah, blah, fucking blah. I'm playing the over. Over 10.5. Runs early, often. Both teams, they can just hammer both of these starting pitchers. Over 10.5. It's a Colorado special.
Okay. At 10.5, I'm not gonna argue Gray's been good, but Oakland's also a pretty solid team. So you'll see runs.
Spoiler alert, Gray's been pretty bad his last 3 starts.
No, at home, the last 3 starts not good. At home, he's been phenomenal for some reason. He's been really, really good at Coors Field. But
it's a John Gray thing. I don't care. Give me
both pitchers have really not been good the last month. I agree. I think you'll see runs.
Give me fuel. Give me fire. Give me that which I desire. Give me over 10.5 right here. And of course, what?
Isn't that how that works?
What'd you say?
Give me fuel. Give me fire. Give me that which I desire.
Boom.
You got to throw the little grunt in there.
As always, if you're looking for more information delivered in a much more decidedly non-goofy style, don't forget to check out winnersandwhiners.com. They have deep dives into every single game, every single day, full previews and predictions, always free. Winnersandwhiners.com. It is your spot to go when you're checking all that last-minute information, whether it be about the weather or update on the odds, whatever it is. Winners and Whiners is your stop. And, of course, we appreciate you watching our little videos here as Scott and I do our thing. Don't forget to give us the like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. We wish you guys nothing but the best. Good luck on all of your plays. Hope every one of those tickets in your pocket turns into cash money. when you head back to the window. You guys have a great day. We'll see you next time on Today in Sports Betting.